What's up, man? It's Ark here. Welcome back to another episode of the Optic Yap. Today we are going to be talking about this right here, which is the Vector's Optic Forester Gen.2. Optics has been this new thing on the market now. They're quite famous in the airsoft schemes. They're well known for their quality optics, and that's because these optics are actually not even meant for airsoft. They're actually real steel budget optics. So if you're one of those people who came here to watch a review about this as an optic to use on your real steel firearm, I'm sorry, but we're not gonna be doing this here. I mean, you can still stay for the review. We're gonna be talking about everything else, but we're not actually gonna be putting this on a real gun and shooting it. So for the unboxing, in the box, aside from your optic, of course, you're going to get a microfiber cloth and a set of mounting rings. That's basically it. They're 30 millimeters. This is not the mount that comes with the scope. This is aftermarket. Just let you know. Now let's talk about the optic itself. Now let's talk about the functions of this optic. The optic has a 1/5 variable zoom, which is amazing for airsoft. For airsoft, a lot of these manufacturers start selling their scopes at 3 times zoom. They're usually from 3 times to 9 times, and that is absolute overkill. Because in airsoft, you're going to need a max of 3 times zoom to shoot, and like, I don't know, max 5 times zoom to actually, like scout out. And this is where this thing is great, because you can have it set as like 2 or 1.5 zoom, and it is just amazing. It's just enough zoomed in that you can see your BBs not hitting or hitting properly, which is just the most amazing part of this optic, in my opinion. Another reason why this optic is so great is actually because of the eye relief. The eye relief is at about 4 inches or 10 centimeters, which makes it really comfortable to use. A lot of airsoft scopes make you need to look like this to actually see everything, but this one is comfortable at around 10 centimeters. So for instance, I have it on a URGI right here, and if I have a fully extended stock, it's just perfect like this, which is amazing. The optic side is also extremely clean. It's very nice looking. This optic can also have a power up reticle. You put a CR2030 battery in here and you can turn it on, and the central dot of the crosshair actually is illuminated. Another great thing about these are these adjustment rings. Now every single optic, most of them have. So you got your up knob and your left to right knob. And what is super great about these is that if you try to spin it like this, it doesn't go anywhere. They're actually locked. So to disengage the lock, you first lift the knob up, and that's it. Now you can spin it freely, but when you push it back down, it's locked. It's great, so you don't accidentally turn it, you don't accidentally unzero it, or if you have asshole friends, they don't do this to you. This optic is also waterproof, at least according to Vector's Optics official YouTube channel, in which they did a test. They dunked this into a tub of water for 30 minutes and it survived. So this optic is waterproof. In terms, making it also fog-proof, which is great if you play in moisty conditions like swamps, and you can also play in the rain or in the snow without any problems of being afraid that moisture will get into it. It's also pretty shock resistant. They did a test. Now this isn't so important in airsoft because there's a bunch of vibrations from recoil, but still it's great to know that this is pretty shock proof. Even if you hit it on a tree or accidentally drop your gun, it doesn't unzero the whole thing. At last, let's talk about this optic's price. So this optic costs around 150 euros. That's like what, $200, about there. It's somewhere between 150 and 200 euros or dollars, given what store you're buying it from. Now that to some airsofters might be expensive. For instance, this gun that I'm holding right now here is actually 190 bucks, and this optic is 170. 190 if you count the mounting that I also bought aftermarket. So that might be a big turnoff for a lot of airsoft players, because I think a lot of people cannot imagine spending so much money on an optic, like you could have a new replica, not a great one, but you can have a new replica for the price of this optic. But I think it's worth it, to be honest, because eye relief is so great, the optic is so clear, it's just so good. One last thing before we go into the final rating. I know somebody's gonna ask this. Yes, you can put a battery in here. No, you don't need a battery to operate. The battery only lights up the center dot. You do not need to put a battery in here to see through the scope. So my final rating for this is 9.5 out of 10. Why? Simply the price. The price is so high for an optic that I think the general population of airsoft players will just cross it out immediately. Everything else about this optic is great, and if I lost this optic or it got destroyed somehow, I would just buy another one, I think, if I was going for an LPVO. That was it. Thank you for watching. If you found this informational, give it a like and subscribe. See you next time.